Hi, welcome to Bodywise Pilates. We're going to be working with tension relief and spinal mobility movements today. Listen to your body, any ranges of motion that feel too much for you, obviously restrict them accordingly, and any positions that don't feel comfortable, just miss those exercises out or adapt them in a way that suits you. Any exercises that you feel put strain on the joints, then like I said, just omit those. Alright, so we're going to start in kneeling. Your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips with your knees hip width apart. Shoulders down away from your ears, your neck neutral, so look down at the floor. We're going to start just by allowing the hips to gently swing from side to side. Now it's not a whole movement from the legs. You're bringing one hip around as if you're shortening at the waist. The easiest way to think about it is when a dog wags its tail, especially a puppy, it gets so excited that its whole rear end goes. That's what you're aiming to achieve, is this happy puppy dog hip swing. Pulling up the abdominals, keeping the shoulders down, away from your ears, just swinging the hips from side to side. And then stop. Alright, so from here we're going to go into a cat curl with a Superman and a knee, hip flexion. So what we're going to do is we exhale, we're going to pull up the abs and bring the knee in. As we inhale, we're going to reach that leg away. Now we're going to allow the pelvis and the spine to move. Alright, we're talking about mobility today, not focusing on stability so much. So we're exhaling, so pulling up those abs, and inhale. Now the option, the Superman, is to bring in the opposite arm reach. Exhale, put the hand down. Inhale, reach. If you don't want to lift the arm, that's fine. If you feel it doesn't hurt the lower back, to kick that leg up a little bit higher, that's also good. Exhale and inhale. So choose your option. One more on this side. Knee down, hand down. I'm going to go again on the other side. So exhaling, bring the knee in, and inhale to kick away. Now move the head as well. Cervical spine as well. Exhale, inhale, bring the arm in if you want to. Kick that leg up higher if you don't feel it in the lower back too much. Exhale. And inhale without the arm if it suits you better. Restrict the range with the leg if you start to feel it in your lower back, but around that spine. Release the spine. One more. And sit back on your heels. Well done. I'm going to spin around and we're going to do something a little bit fun now. We're going to crawl like a baby. They've proven that children that kind of skipped the crawling phase and kind of went straight to walking ended up later on in life, a lot of them, with issues with their gait, with their walking gait. This preparation of crawling is preparation for walking later on in life. So with the crawling, obviously it's opposite arm and leg forward, opposite arm and leg forward, opposite. Now going forwards is easy. The challenge for a lot of people is going back. Some of you will take to this really easily, and some of you you'll find you're hesitating to get the diagonal coordination. Stick with it, all right? So whichever side you're leading with, we do 3 on this one, so I'm leading with my left hand, my right knee. So I'm getting 2 in with one side and just 1 on the other. Do 1 more in this position here. And back. Okay, so I was leading with my left hand and my right knee, and now I'm going to change, and that sometimes is challenging too. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, go back again, 1, 2, 3. So the third one, you go back with that same 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can try and speed it up a little bit. If you find that gets too confusing, just keep it slow. We'll just do it once more. And sit back on your heels. How did we do? Beautifully and smoothly? or you might find that you struggle. It'd be interesting if you struggled with it to find out if you have any idea if you were someone that did crawl or really kind of skip that phase and were up and walking very, very early. All right, we're going to lie down on the front and we're going to be doing the Supermans, but down in this prone position. The Supermans today, we're bringing in adduction, so that's a movement towards the center line with the leg and the arm. So instead of just doing a straight lift and lower, what you're going to do is you're not going to lift as such, you're going to start with the legs apart, abducted, and as I bring one leg in towards the midline, sliding it, the opposite arm will reach across. So I twist my torso a little bit, I lift my head and chest, and then I return to open legs and arms here. Then you do the other side, reach, and in, lift and reach, and in, reach, and in. So it's a very, very slight engagement of the thigh and the buttocks. You pull the kneecap up away from the floor, but the toes and the fingertips are going to stay on the floor. They're going to slide. So adduct and reach and place. We're going to do one more on each side, breathing out and in and out and in. Legs to parallel, hands under your shoulders, push up and into your shell stretch. From this shell stretch position, extend your arms until the forearms don't touch the floor, but make sure the shoulders aren't up here. Slide them down away from your ears. Breathing out, we're going to do the waves. You're going to round up into your cat-cow and then inhale to go back. You can see I'm really rounding that lower back up to the ceiling and then breathing in to release. Exhale. Inhale, release. If it's uncomfortable on the knees to go right back onto the heels, just restrict the range of motion to this. That's absolutely fine. Two more. And the last one. And sit back. All right, we're coming around to seated. And we're just going to do some side pendulums. And we're going to do these with the legs in tailor position, the hands outstretched. We're going to exhale over. Inhale as you start to swap arms, and then exhale, do the other side. So it's... So I'm just allowing this elbow to give, just soften as I land, to give myself a little bit of support, but I am working the abdominals to control the movement. But I'm now going to make it a little bit more bouncy and a little bit more fluid. One more each side. And center. Alright, so we're going to go down to lying down, supine, face upwards. If you have quite a more of a kyphotic curve, a rounding of the upper back, you might be more comfortable with a cushion underneath your head. And from here we're going to do leg rocks. I'm going to do it with the legs in different positions. The arms are open. We're going to cross one leg first of all fully over the other one. And we're going to allow the legs to rock from side to side. Now when the legs go one way, make sure that the opposite shoulder doesn't lift. It needs to stay down with the chest open. Exhale, inhale as you start to come to the center. Exhale, go to the other side. So you're inhaling to come up to the center line and then exhale to go over. So you'll find that one buttock cheek, one hip will roll up off the mat and onto the other one, but the chest needs to stay open. Alright, now I'm going to make that a little bit smaller and just a little bit quicker. And then I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep the same leg crossed over, but this time just the ankle, and let the knee turn out as far as it's comfortable. Again, the shoulders stay down, neck stays neutral, and we rock from side to side again. So I'm having to work these muscles here to prevent me continuing all the way over to the side with gravity, and also to help keep my chest open and my shoulders down. We're going to make that a little bit smaller and a little bit quicker, so we have to just challenge the core stability a little bit, but releasing through those hips and center. All right, let's swap over. Cross the other leg fully over, and we're going to start with that steady rock from side to side again. Keeping those shoulders down, breathing out over, in, up, out over, in, up, out through your mouth, in through your nose. We're going to make those a little bit smaller and a little bit quicker. And then stop. I'm going to cross the ankle, turn the knee out, and do the same thing again. Start with a smooth movement side to side, listening to your body. Only go as far as is comfortable for you, and as far as the opposite shoulder isn't tempted to lift off the floor. Okay, so I'm going to start to make those a little bit smaller and a little bit quicker. Still keeping those shoulders down into the mat. And then stop and uncross. All right. I'm positioning my feet ready to do the bridge. And we're going to do the bridge today with this lovely lateral rotation and adduction of the legs. It's a really nice smooth wave motion with the legs while still mobilizing the spine and working the glutes. So relax the arms, turn the palms ever so slightly upwards so you feel like the chest stays open, draw the chin in a little bit. We're breathing out, and as we go up we're going to allow the legs to open, and as we breathe in and come back down the legs will return to parallel. So we're opening, coming up, pushing that pubic bone up, inhaling to come back down in parallel. Exhale. Exhale up. Inhale down. 6 more. Last one. Okay, now I'm going to keep my legs open at the top, and I'm going to come down with the legs open, return them to parallel and go up with them in parallel. So as you reverse the motion, we're coming down open and going up in parallel. Inhaling down, exhaling up. So it's exactly the same movement up and down. You've just reversed the direction of the legs, okay? I'm going to alternate now so you get a little bit of coordination going. So what I'm doing now is I'm going up in parallel, opening to come down, going up with them open, parallel to come down. So to think about this one a little bit. I'm going to do one more and release. Good. All right, we're going to do leg slides, but we're also going to challenge the flexibility a little bit more. So leg slide is literally just that, slide and bend and slide and bend. We're going to do 8 on one leg and then 8 on the other leg. As you slide one leg down the mat, engage your abdominals and try and go for that imprint, because you're going to bring the opposite leg in and then put it back down. Now as this one comes back in and this one goes back down, that is when the lower back can tip up off the floor. Now we need you to try and keep it down. So we're going to go imprint, slide, take hold of the leg, open the arms. Now for those of you who want to work the abdominals a little bit whilst you do this and mobilize your spine, draw the chin in and you can lift and place and lift. Try not to look at the ceiling, look towards the bent knee at that kind of level. If you start to think, oh, I can feel my neck, it's too much, just do the leg. Last one. And release. And you're going to swap sides. So imprint, slide and pull in, and open. Those of you who want to do it involving the abdominals, tuck the chin in and lift and lower and lift and lower. Or keep the head down. Last one. And rest. Good. All right, while we started to bring the ab curl in, it's because we are going to do the 100 now, so it's just prepared you, it's just warmed you up for that movement a little bit. So coordination with this one. I'm going to place one hand underneath my head, and the other arm is going to be long by my side. Whichever arm is long, the opposite leg is the one that's also going to be long, because they are going to pump up and down, but not quite that easy. They're going to pump up and down in the lifted ab curl position. So you're going to have to stabilize a little bit while we just get this fascial release going on through the shoulder and through the hip area. All right, so breathe in, tuck the chin in. Exhale, rolling up into your ab curl, sliding the leg straight, the opposite one to the arm that's straight. Engage those abs and start bouncing the arm and the leg. Make sure your whole body is not bouncing. Stabilize. This other leg engaged. Breathing in for 4 counts and out. Inhale, hold. Exhale, return. All right, so we know what's coming. We're going to have to swap over. So now it's this arm that's going to be pumping and my other leg will be sliding and bouncing. Inhale, tuck the chin in. Exhale, ab curl, reach the arm and the leg. And here we go. Everything engaged to stabilize. Inhale for 4 counts and exhale. How are we doing? Light support with that hand underneath the head. Don't rely on the hand fully. 2 more breaths. Last one. Breathe in, hold, and exhale. Down. Good job. You can either roll onto your side or rock up to seated. All right, the next one. I just need to explain the position, because how you position the legs will either make the exercise doable or totally impossible. So, and here we go. It's hard to mirror image and explain what to do. If you think about when you cross your legs, normally you cross them really close with the ankles kind of crossed and the feet on top of each other. It's this very similar position, but you're going to space them. So, I'm going to bring one foot in, but I'm going to have a gap between my groin and the foot of about this distance, probably a hand distance. Then the other one is going to do the same thing. So the knees are up. All right, so I've got this much gap between my groin and the heel, and then this much gap between the 2 feet. You need to make sure that your bottom is right at the back end of the mat, because the knee that's closest to you, with the foot that's closest to you, if you were to rock onto that knee and onto the foot flat and lift your hips, this knee must stay on the mat. Make sure it's not going onto the floor. This heel will lift, and then you'll come back down to the same position. So you're always we're going to do 6 on one side, then we'll swap the legs over and then do 6 the other side. So we're always going to go in the same direction. So we're going to go with a bit of release, fascial release for the lumbar area with a spine twist with a bounce. And then we're going to go into a beautiful mermaid stretch. I'll do the first one slowly, and then we'll just gradually pick up the pace. So, exhale, turn towards the knee that is the foot that's closest to you, and do 3 bounces. Now breathe in, put that hand on the floor behind you, rock like I showed you onto the hip and the knee, and lift the heel of the front foot, and reach, pushing the hips forwards. Okay, that's your inhale. Exhale is to come back down. Once you're down, inhale, back to the center. All right, so exhale, turn in 3 bounces. Inhale, put the hand down, rock onto the hip and the knee, lift the heel, press those hips forwards. Exhale, return the bum to the mat. Inhale, turn to center. We got it? 4 more. Exhale. Inhale, place and reach. Exhale, bum down right to the back of the mat. Inhale, turn center. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, bum down at the back of the mat. Inhale, center. 2 more. Exhale, turn. 3 bounces. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, hand down. Rock onto the hip and the knee. Lift the heel. Press those hips forwards. Exhale, bum down. Inhale, center. Last one. Exhale. And then 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Beautiful mermaid stretch. And then come back down. Good. All right, that should have felt nice. So now what you're going to do is you're literally going to swap, excuse me, the legs over. Keep the gaps, all right? You'll always find that it feels natural to sit with the legs crossed one way and not so natural the other way. It might be the same when you go to turn. You might think, oh, this feels really awkward. So start with a small range of motion and take it steady. Same thing, here we go. Exhale, turn. Now 3 bounces. Breathe in, put the hand down, rock over, and press and reach. Exhale, bum goes down to the back of the mat. Inhale, turn center. Yeah? 5 more. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, hand down, rock and stretch. And then exhale, bum down. Inhale, center. 4 more. 1, 2, 3. And reach, breathing in. Exhale, bum down. Inhale, come center. 2 more. Inhale, place, rock and reach. Exhale, bum down. Ultimo. 1, 2, 3. Hand down, rock and reach. And exhale down and inhale. Turn center. Hopefully you like that one. It's a really nice one for just moving all through that spine. Yeah. So we're going to do the seated double hip release. The hip release is this one, and we're going to be doing it with both legs at the same time. However, I'm going to test your coordination. We're going to bring in protraction and retraction with shoulder, chest opens at the same time. So what we're going to do is from here, we're going to open the knees on the inhale. As you exhale and stretch those legs forwards, reach into a spine stretch forwards. All right. Then you're going to inhale to come up and pull the legs in here and rest over the legs. All right. So we're keeping the hands here. So we're going to go. Exhale. Flex forwards, reaching, protracting those shoulders. Let the shoulder blades come round. And inhale, come up and release. Okay, so exhale, reach. And then inhale, allow those legs to roll out as you come up and place again. Exhale, reach forwards. And then inhale, as you come up, turn the knees out, open back, and bring the hands to here. Okay, so it's a 2-breath pattern. Exhale, reach. Inhale, turn the legs outwards, reach back, and back to here. Okay, 4 more. Reach. Engage those abs. Inhale, separate those hands, turn those knees out, pull the feet in a straight line, and fingers interlocked. Again. Rotate. And release. Let's do 1 more. And release. Okay, you're going to stay with just the movement of the legs, all right, but it's going to be slightly different. You're going to do an open, a reach, open, close, pull in, all right, so breathe in, breathe out, still breathing out with the legs straight, open them, and then breathe in, close, exhale, pull in, all right? Breath in is to open, exhale to slide them in a straight line, knees pointing upwards, open the legs, inhale, bring them back, exhale, pull in, All right, so here we go. Okay, inhale. Exhale, slide and straighten and open. And inhale, close, and exhale, bend. So 4 breath pattern. Inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Last one. And rest over your legs. All right, so we're going to go into a half roll back, but I'm going to stay and do my half roll back in the opposite direction to my mat. Normally we would do it in this position here, but because we're going to have to put the elbow down, all right, it's nicer to have something to put the elbow on rather than a hard floor. So come to the front of your mat this time. Last time you went to the back of the mat, you're going to come to the front with the arms in this position here. I'm going to exhale and tilt the pelvis. You roll the sacrum back towards the mat here. All right. From here, you're going to put this elbow down and you're going to reach. Right, but I'm lifting through my lower back. And then you're going to sweep to come up forwards. All right. So 2 breath pattern. Exhale, tilt that pelvis, turn and place the elbow and reach. And then inhale, sweep back up. Exhale. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, tilt, turn, place, reach. Inhale, sweep back up. All right? Again, tilt, turn, place, reach. Inhale, sweep back up. Three more. And 2. Last one. And rest over your legs. Good job. Well done. All right, now the next one, I'm going to give you an alternative because it's not just depending on the abdominal strength, it does depend on how your spine is with your natural spinal posture as to whether you find the rolling like a ball easy or not. I have quite a lordotic curve that's a little bit more than normal and a kyphotic curve as well that's the same. So for me, this first part I have to really work on so I don't get this kind of slapping sound through my lower back. So if you find that you're not rolling like a ball when I've talked you through it and you're kind of hearing this slap, slap as you go down and up, or if you're prone, if you have osteoporosis, not osteopenia, but osteoporosis, and it's been found in your spine and you haven't got a very thick padded mat, then please don't do the full one. Instead, hug the legs in towards your chest and lift your head and just do a little gentle rock here. Very, very gentle. Or if that doesn't feel comfortable, just do a rock from side to side. Okay, you're fine with that. Otherwise, rolled up, that's what you're going to be doing. You can place your hands underneath, but what I don't want you to do is pulling and holding the legs in. All right, so I'd rather you just rested them here. I want you to imagine you have a string that is tying your shoulder to the knee on each side, and this can't change position or very, very little. Okay, so having the hands here, we're going to breathe, going back and up. So you see I'm tilting, exhaling, and inhale back up. So I'm exhaling, tilting my pelvis, and gravity will take me, and then I'll just rock back up because I'm rounding my spine. Now, you might find you use a lot of momentum, that you're landing the feet and you're rocking right back onto your head, and we don't want to do that. We need to try and keep the head, neck, and the shoulders can go back, but not the head and the neck, and not the feet either. So exhale, belly button to spine, let gravity take you. Inhale, rock up. Exhale, roll. Inhale, rock up. Exhaling and inhaling. So it's this lovely rolling movement through the spine, trying to keep as best as possible the same distance between the knees and the shoulders all the time. I'm going to do 2 more. We're rolling. We like little balls. Last one. And up and rest. Good. Alright, so we're just going to do a couple of stretches to finish. And what I'd like to do is open your arms into a crucifix position. Keep your legs together, your feet together. When you breathe out, your knees are going to go one way. You can see I'm keeping the inside edge of my soles of my feet together. So one foot is now stacked on top of the other, and my knees stay stacked. I'm trying to go as far as I can, keeping this shoulder down. So I've got a really lovely chest open going on and a nice stretch through here. I'm going to stay there for a couple of breaths. To come back to center, exhale, engage the abdominals to the midpoint. Take a breath in, and then exhale, go the other way with the knees, turning the head in the opposite direction, keeping those feet stacked, and only going as far as you can with the knees without letting the opposite shoulder lift. And exhaling, engaging the abdominals to return to the center. Alright, so you can either hug the knees in and lift the head and roll up to seated, or roll onto your side. In this position, however is comfortable for your legs, be it cross-legged, tailor position, whatever suits you. For me, I prefer the tailor. I find it puts less strain on my knees. Relax your shoulders. You're going to tilt the head so the ear comes down towards the shoulder. Then with that hand, come up and over and very gently dropping this shoulder down, apply a little bit of pressure to the head so you feel this muscle lengthening and stretching here. And inhale, carefully return. Do the same the other side, ear to shoulder, and then assist with the hand. And compare this second side to the first side. How does it feel? Normally you'll feel a lot tighter on one side than the other, so you'll really appreciate the stretch more on one side than the other. And then release. Okay, you're going to exhale, draw the chin in, look down at the floor, take both hands up past the crown of the head, and very gently, with the shoulders staying down, apply some pressure to the head, and you'll feel it stretch either side all the way down the back of the neck. And then back up. Slightly different muscle group. Rather than just going straight over to the side, I want you to turn your head halfway towards the shoulder. Don't go all the way. Halfway, and then tilt the head. Don't use the arm with this one. Don't use the hand. Just hold that position and return to the center. So turn halfway and then drop the ear over towards the shoulder. And return to center. And you're done. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you feel really eased out and tension-free and mobilized. Remember to give me the thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and by subscribing to my channel you'll be notified every time I post a video, and it's easier for you to find me amongst your favorite YouTube subscriptions that way. Take care, stay safe, and